日本の方々へ一日も早く復興を願っております。このポエムが私たちを明るい未来に導いてくれることを願っています。ありがとうございます。On March 11, 2011, Japan was hit with one of the most powerful earthquakes ever to have been recorded in history. It lasted for 6 minutes. The tsunami created waves of up to 128 feet high. Thousands of people were injured and thousands of people have been reported missing. Over 15,000 lives were lost. Japan is still recovering. A few months ago, a classmate came up to me and asked, "Can I ask you a personal question?" Not knowing what was to come, I replied with, "Of course. Are the Koreans happy with what's going on in Japan?"
Oh my God.
I stood there shocked. And before I could even answer, time stopped in its place as my mind raced through a flurry of aftershocks regarding an unspoken history that has never seemed to settle. You see, for over 35 years, Korea was in a period called Ilje Kamjonggi, translated to Japanese forced occupancy. And during this time, our people went through a series of cultural genocide. It began with Soshikaime, which required all Koreans to change their names. Our history was stripped away as they forced us to learn a new path, told us that our language was forbidden from ever being used. We became slaves in our own country. They stole 500,000 of us to Japan, and we became slaves there too. Our women were forced to serve in Japanese military brothels. Their dreams were raped and shattered into nightmares of hope. For over 35 years, my people suffered and died from despair. For over 35 years, my people hid in the dark shadows of the rising sun. And for over 35 years, my people survived the tsunami of waves that tore our country apart. On August 6th and August 9th of 1945, Hiroshima and Nagasaki was each hit with an atomic bomb. It destroyed almost 250,000 lives. Over 70,000 of them were of Korean descent. And although the Japanese government did whatever they could for its own people, it took nearly 50 years before our people, who were taken from their own lands, forced into slavery to become the backbone set so that they could be looked down upon with disgust as if we were no better than leeches, to get any sort of recognition for equal rights in a foreign country that really wasn't foreign anymore. To this day, Japan hides the truth of how we suffered and died. To this day, Japan hides us in the dark shadows of the rising sun, and to this day, Japan hides the fact that they were a never-ending tsunami to my people. As I was about to answer my fellow classmate's question, I glanced at my buddy on my right, my Nihonjin no Tomodachi, Japanese friend, and we both gave each other an awkward smile. I could tell he was in as much disbelief as I was, but we both knew where a question like this had come from. I looked over at my classmate and said proudly, "No, we're not happy. I can't speak for all Koreans, but we live in an age where we now depend on each other. Regardless of our past, we have become sisters and brothers, separated by a small sea of shameful history, ready to surf the future waves of any tsunami that tries to tear us apart. Because I truly believe that our generation no longer believes in the past lies that have made our past lives hate each other. So regardless of what you think you hear or think you understand, take a look at all of us. Because we're all one, both Korea